Hey everyone, it's Sachi here back with another demo video for you guys. Today we're going to be painting some mushrooms. So you'll need a watercolor palette. I have two with me just because I ran out of some colors from one palette. A 3/4 inch flat brush, a 1/2 inch flat brush, and at least one round tip brush. And these palettes actually come with these brushes already. A pencil, and a sheet of watercolor paper. You want to start your painting with outlining your mushrooms. I'm going to get that shape in and show you guys how I do that. So I start with a wide U that's upside down like this, like a hill. And then with this end, I make a slightly curved line connecting right here. And then what I do is I add two lines right here, making the base of the mushroom like this. And then I add a line going behind, curved and connecting the mushroom like this. And you can start to see the shape of the mushroom start to come through. And then under the mushroom, I like to add lines like this. And then I'm going to add my circles on my mushroom like this. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of moss right here for my mushroom to sit on top of. If you want your mushrooms to overlap like how I did here, I start with the upside down U and then add the other upside down U where you want it to be. That way you don't make the one mushroom first and then have to go back and erase lines just to add the other one that overlaps. So once I have the top of the mushroom heads down, I am going to go do the same thing I did, which was I added this curved line right here, and I'm going to stop it right here because that's where it starts to touch the other mushroom. And I'm going to do the same thing right here as well. And then again, adding the base of the mushroom, how I did right here, and then adding that other line, that other curved line to show the back. And then I'm going to bring this down like this. And then you can see that this one is in front of this one. And if you want to do it the other way around, where one mushroom is behind the other one, then you would draw the entire mushroom and then just add the other mushroom to the back. And then I'm going to add the lines back here as well. And then I'm going to add my circles again. A little bit of moss at the end. And I have the moss like this because I don't know exactly where my hill is going to be just yet. I'm just putting all my mushrooms together, and then at the end, I'll have my hill figured out and I'll outline it. So I'm going to continue this step and add all my mushrooms all around. So I'm pretty happy with the amount of mushrooms that I have. I'm going to go ahead and just outline where I want the hill. It's kind of random. So this is going to be the top of my little moss hill. So I'm just going to have it go down like this and then go down this way. Maybe stop right here and then have some other mini hills. I think that should be fine. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go in with my round tip brush. I'm going to go in with some black and outline my mushroom. So there are two ways to go about filling in the mushroom. You can start with outlining it in black first, or you can fill in the mushroom with the colors first which the only color would be red because we're just going to leave the space blank to keep the white because I don't have any white watercolor, and white watercolor doesn't really work well anyways. So I'm going to right now just fill in with just the red on the tips of the mushroom heads. Mushroom looks like when I outline it first and then go back in with the red. Next, I'm gonna just outline this one. So they both look exactly the same no matter what order you do it in, clearly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish outlining all of them and then filling it in with the red just because that's my preference. So I finished coloring in my mushrooms, and I also went back in with my black just to outline the mushroom again and to fix up some outline detailing to make it darker. I think it looks nicer when it can pop out better to make it more bold. Next, I'm gonna go in with my 1/2 inch brush and I'm gonna start doing the grass. I'm gonna go in with some green and then I'll probably add a little bit of brown here and there, but I'm just gonna start with the green. Now that I have my green in, I'm gonna go in just a little bit of brown with the same brush. I'm just gonna pat the brown. I'm just gonna pick random areas. These are just gonna be like some dark, they're just gonna be some dark detailing basically. It kind of just gives the moss effect to it. So I'm tapping my brush up and down with the brown and I'm just spreading it out here and there. I'm not going to put it everywhere. And then I'll go back in with some more green again, but I make it look more like moss by adding brown and tapping it up and down to give it that texture of the bumpiness. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna go back in and outline the hill, and then the last thing I'm gonna do is the sky. If you want to extend the grass all the way down, you can. I just kind of leave it like this. It's really up to you. Okay, next with our 3/4 flat brush, I'm just gonna go in with some water back here. I'm just gonna make the background where I want the sky really wet, and then I'll go in with some blue and I'll just let the blue swim around. So if you have a clean water, that's great. I'm using dirty water, which is fine too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make where I want the sky. And I'm gonna make it really wet because I want the color to be able to move around once I add it. And I'm going around my mushrooms. Avoid the mushrooms as much as you can. You can go around the borders of the outside, which is fine. There's a little bit of a blue tint with this water just because I have been making other watercolor paintings, so I've been using the same water. But I kind of like how it looks. It kind of already gives it the nice sky look. Okay, so you can see my paper is pretty wet up here. With the same brush, I'm going to wet it again. I'm just going to go in with my blue, and I'm just going to lightly tap the blue around, and I'm just going to swipe left and right. And I might add more water. And let it move around a bit. You know, I'm going to tilt it left and right, move it down. I'm going with some more blue, bring it down a little bit. Just brushing it around lightly. You don't want too much blue. I'm using very little. I'm using very, very little. And I might make some spots darker to give more of a cloud effect. And I'm just tapping it on there to have that kind of cloud effect. You want to do clouds like this. I didn't do it on this one, but I could do it on here. And I'm just tapping it like this, up and down. And I'm just going to leave that. And I might pull it up a little bit over here for these spaces. I'm just going to let it dry. But for the most part, my painting is done. Oh, wait, sorry. The last little bit of detailing I forgot to add to the mushroom is the lines within the mushrooms, just to give it a little bit more detailing. And I just do the nice thin lines randomly here and there. I don't do more than like 3 or 4, but I think the detailing looks nice on the base. So I just add these little lines here and there, very lightly, very thin. And that completes my painting. I think I like this one a lot more than the other one. If you buy the watercolor kits, it does come with instructions on how to paint this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Come back again to watch other demos. Thank you, everyone.